Welcome back to the Funhaus Podcast. It's your favorite Funhaus podcast because it's the only one for now. My name's Lindsey. I'm here with Ryan, Haley, as
what
always.
Up? Another pod!
Do that again.
Well, because
Do it again.
You want me to do it again?
Do it
Whoa, another pod!
Okay, and
Okay.
Jacob Fullerton's here.
Whoop, whoop, another pod! That was better.
And today is a special day.
Every podcast day is a special day, Lindsey. We get to hang out together. You know, I woke up this morning, Lindsey, and I was like, our day is so badass today. We get to talk about the stuff on this podcast. Then we get to have- Then we have the drunken high stream later.
That's true.
And then I'm going to Neil Young in an intimate amphitheater later.
You're
Today
having
is
a
a
good
great
day.
day, a full day.
Ryan's having a great day. And
Show
so,
business, baby.
yeah,
Hollywood.
And what he's alluding to is this is the inaugural segment. We are beginning a new journey because we are doing Bustin for Bachelorette.
Bustin.
Wow.
Whoa.
That looks great.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Those are beautiful graphics.
Okay, so I
what a
don't know how to
great
do the
intro.
alpha because it's obviously on
Uh-huh.
us. But Tom, our intern made that.
That was
It
beautiful.
looks
Good
great.
job, Tom.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Now, Lindsey, have you learned nothing from the Simpin' for Survivor segment where, you know, you got to front load the episode and then you have your reality TV segment at the end, you know, but are we just jumping right into
'cause
Bustin' for
this
Bachelorette?
is- Yes. Listen, to be clear, this is not like something we're always going to do. We're not going to do
Okay.
full episodes where we're going to talk about.
Okay, so you also learned from my mistakes.
And this is just because it's like the inaugural one, and it's going to be maybe a little bit of an abbreviated episode, just so everybody's aware. Like like Ryan said, we have all this shit that we're doing today, but we're also like in the midst of prepping and planning like our RTX trip,
Oh, that's
which
right.
technically
Yeah.
I think when this episode airs, we are on our way.
Flying
And
off to
also when
Austin.
this episode airs, the second episode of Bachelorette will have already been out, but we have not had a chance to watch it because this is Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about the show, just like in very general terms. We're not gonna get too nitty gritty in the beginning or anything like that because, like, first of all, not everybody cares about that. Second of all, I'm very curious about what your your opinions are on this trash show because it is a departure from the sort of, I think, reality vibes that something like Survivor has.
Yeah, it's clearly inferior, but
They've both
go
been
on.
around for a while.
Oh, this is this is actually the 20th season of The Bachelorette.
Yes.
Oh,
And I think The Bachelor was already going for a couple of years before that.
okay.
But before we get into any of it, I have one question for both of you.
Hit me with it.
Will you accept this rosé?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
We're getting started early.
Okay, how can we talk
Hell yeah.
about The Bachelorette
Without rosé.
without a little bit of wine? So I brought, this is my favorite rosé. It's like pretty affordable. So
Oh, man.
I was drinking rosé when I watched the first episode.
yeah, I love it. So we're going to have some, and guess what?
You look great today, Lindsey, by the way. I'm going to get that first impression rosé at the end of the episode. Another dose.
Lindsey, I can jump over this whole podcast.
Who gives a shit?
No, it's worthy of a rosé.
For everybody, for the audio listeners, I've got a bottle of rosé.
Oh God.
Hell
God,
yeah.
I was gonna drink.
You're
that
probably
too.
like, what? Who's that fourth cup for, Lindsey? Rick,
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a second one for you.
it's my second amount of rosé.
Which I was totally like, all right,
Come get
that's
it.
fine.
Here he
Oh,
is. Never
God.
watched The Bachelorette, but you can still participate.
I don't want to participate. I just want to drink.
No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
by
that's participating.
Cool.
All right, so cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
And thank you so much for watching The Bachelorette.
It was interesting and fun. I'm glad I did it.
I was gonna watch it regardless.
So here's the thing.
What? What's the
You're
problem?
not a big wine guy?
I'm not a rosé guy, but
I
I'll
am.
get through it.
So I somehow tricked Jacob into watching like Bachelor in Paradise or maybe Bachelorette last year with the two women.
I remember exactly how it happened.
Okay.
It was because I was hanging out with, I think you and Charlotte were talking about it first. You were talking about the guy with the dog. I don't remember his name.
Yes.
And then I was
don't remember
hanging
his
out.
name either.
I was building Gundams with Charlotte and Alana, and Charlotte put the clip on where it was the guy talking about his dog and
Mm-hmm.
how about like
This guy was a big doofus.
Yeah, he was an asshole,
Okay.
and I think it was Rachel was confronting him about something, and he kept talking about his dog. And she's like, "You're talking about your dog," and it was so funny to me. I'm like, I will watch this whole show
Yeah.
just to get invested
Based on
in
that
this-
one
on this
interaction?
one
All right.
terrible interaction.
Because, like, basically, you know, when I first started watching the show, it was like a decade ago, and I was like, oh, yeah, I want to watch some trash TV, and I've always heard about The Bachelorette. And it's like, in the beginning, it's always a real comedy fest, because you're like, a bunch of bozos, just like, you know, for The Bachelorette, I prefer The Bachelorette over The Bachelor, just because I like seeing the guys be dorks.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like seeing all the women be
Caddy.
catty
I
and
got a little
mean?
taste of that because I watched Bachelor in Paradise as well after the last Bachelorette season.
And that's like Love Island, the same
Yeah.
concept as Love Island. It's just like a bunch of people who are rejected or former Bachelor contestants.
Yeah.
And then they go on a beach and they spend time together. And
Got it,
there's
okay.
competition aspects to that
yeah,
too.
it's a nightmare.
But for The Bachelorette, it's like in the beginning of the season, which we've only watched one episode, it's very much like I'm drinking and laughing at these losers. And by the end, I go, I just don't think that he's in the right. He's not in the right heart. His heart's not in the right place for her. He's not here for the right reasons. You know, like I'm invested,
Yeah.
like caring
yeah.
about it. And I think you might be too.
I already am.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I have here on my screen just sort of a breakdown of like all the dudes. Which I just thought would be fun to like look at to see like which ones you remember and which ones you don't.
Yeah. Most of them
Sure.
are named Caleb and Aaron, I think.
And they start out with how many of them?
So
25?
it's 25. Sometimes they've done 30, and then like randomly, sometimes they'll be like, "You have 30 men. Plus, these two guys really wanted to meet you," and then they just add like it's a chaos every time.
Well, I have a just a production question because I was trying to do the math. I'm like, how long are these dates? If there's 25 men and they're like, what? Even if they go on a 5-minute date, that's like hours and hours.
So you mean on night one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah. So they shoot this show from like, I mean, it's in March. So this one they shot in March. So it would have been.
Oh, night one takes some days. Is that what you're saying?
No.
It's our
They
March.
shot,
They
like-
finished in April.
Yeah, right.
No, like they start it basically at sunset, I think. They start production and then they go until like 5 and 6 in the morning.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Sometimes, like in the first episode, which we didn't, I don't think we saw it in this one, but you'll see the guys walking out, being like, if they got rejected, they'd be like, oh, I was really hoping that I would get to meet. And like the sun is out,
Yeah.
and you're like,
There's an establishing
Damn.
shot in this one about when like the rose ceremony was happening where it looked like the sun was about to rise.
yeah. So it's
Well,
like,
it just seems so weird to be like
and
to
they
do
go,
that.
like
Like,
5 minutes at a time. Yeah.
yeah, go on a date at 4 a.m. and
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, you know, and then
Yeah.
she's supposed to be in the right mindset to
They're
make her decision.
I know, and she's not the only one too. I always see clips or like in the show the when they're doing that, and she's like, "He said, tell me about you."
Yeah, right. Why not have it
And
during
her
the day
eyes
in a
are
normal time?
glazed, like
Yeah. I would be out on the couch if I was there
Yeah,
that
I'd just be
long.
laying down, like, so, okay, where are you
Yeah.
from? How many siblings you got?
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
there's obviously like footage too, like shots of some of the guys who just never go talk to her because they're just like sitting on the couch. Sometimes some of the contestants get too drunk, and then they're just like,
They just sit there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's on them to go and
they gotta go.
Yeah.
What
it's
the
not it's not like
Yeah.
getting in line. Some of those guys didn't talk to her that night.
what? I thought that you had like your slot or something.
No.
So it's on you to go.
Yeah.
Well, then why aren't you just always like, hey, I want to
Yeah.
come in?
Well, like,
tricky.
and there's also like the courtesy thing of like if you already went to talk to her, it's like super shady if you try to go talk to her again, and like the guys will kind of like have it
Yeah.
out for you if you go do that. Like they go, "You already talked to her, bro," and you'd be like, "What? I'm just shooting my shot," and it goes, and then they'll cut to like the ITMs where the guy goes, "Braden is a real dick. He went and talked to her twice." It's like,
Are there? Because I don't know much about this. This is the first episode of the show I've ever watched in
I
its
know.
entirety. And are there like real mean players that will just like sabotage the other people and like and don't give a fuck about the talk to him once rule? You know, just be like,
yeah,
oh,
like that happens. That's why
Yeah.
I said like, like there'll be guys and they'll be like, "Oh, Joey's a snake because he fucking went and talked to her twice."
Oh yeah.
And then Joey's just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm out to
Yeah,
win, motherfucker.
yeah.
I'm cutthroat on the Bachelorette.
Yeah, but then if you make enemies and then you kind of act like that, then the other guys will go and tell like the Bachelorette, be like,
This
"I don't
guy's an
think-
asshole.
Yeah, this guy's an asshole. I don't think Joey's here for the right reasons." And then she goes, Well, now I can't trust my instinct.
Well, that backfired so bad last night when her brother went out of her way to say, yeah, this guy's a douchebag. And then she gives him the fucking first impression rose.
Yeah,
We're getting right to it, huh?
I saw that happening. So basically what happened was, who was that? What was his
That
name?
was Braden. That was Braden.
He has glasses on in the episode, but he doesn't, and he looks like such a goober with those fucking glasses.
It's a show of
and
goobers.
his earrings.
Jesse Palmer, the host, like biggest goober.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah.
real, yeah.
So
But he owns it.
yeah, and this was like his
Does he?
second season doing it, or maybe third. I don't remember,
Yeah.
but yeah. So like, I'm just curious, like, what your general opinion is on watch. There was many moments where I was watching it. I was like, God, I can't believe I'm making Ryan watch this because I know,
What do you mean?
I know how trash it can be.
Yeah.
And how like, I'm never super like cringing, but there are moments where I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. And that guy was playing who was playing the piano? Was that one of the Aarons?
Yeah, I think.
Or was that I can't oh man.
Does he play piano?
Now, Lindsay, as you're going through
Yeah.
this, I was going to see one thing I was thinking about as I was watching this. I was like, to make it a little bit more interesting, we could do like we did in Simping for Survivor, and we could throw a little money on this. We could each have our horses in the race, all right? So I could have a segment inside your segment called either Bachelorette Roulette or
Wow.
or
That's good.
Bachelorette Baccarat.
I like the second one.
I thought it was just gonna be like betting on Bachelorette.
Okay, betting on Bachelorette gets worse, but I like Bachelorette. I like my two.
I like the first one that you said.
Okay.
Yeah, Bachelorette.
All right, well then
Roulette.
here from now on, I'm gonna have a segment inside Lindsay's segment called Bachelorette Roulette.
All right, roll the graphic.
Yeah, roll the graphic.
I know.
Tom, we need a new graphic stat. Get on it.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Do you have a number one that you think?
I'm
Already?
really gonna need to look at this cheat sheet because I my eyes glaze over when I see all these people. Like I know it's hard to remember all these fuckers.
Okay, so like this is the guy that she gave the rose
Yeah.
to.
Okay. No, he's not on my list.
This is the guy who played the piano.
Is he the guy? There was one guy that people were that said like, man, I really thought I was gonna get the first impression rose. And
I think it might have been Aaron.
And I definitely he would probably be in my top three, even though
Aaron.
Was
This
it
is
him?
Aaron B and not Aaron S.
Aaron B.
Right.
But also
I don't
from
remember
like an
Aaron
editing
S.
standpoint, I could see them just misdirecting me.
Oh, they do
hardcore.
that, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They did that with the Brandon thing. I felt like an idiot,
Yeah.
a fool, Lindsay, when,
Yeah.
when he got the rose.
Now what are
They suckered me in.
Can we talk about this guy whose name is Caleb and he's the
Oh.
wrestler?
Oh, that guy rocks. I love him.
Oh yeah, Caleb.
You just look at his face and you go, that guy's a wrestler.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is how I feel about this guy.
Uh-huh.
I think he'll be great on Bachelor in Paradise when he
Oh.
inevitably ends up there.
Yeah, because he's not going to
Because
win.
he's not gonna win.
Sorry, Caleb.
Sorry, Caleb.
Yeah,
I
I
love
don't
you.
see him
I love his
winning.
hat. I love his whole deal. He seems like a great dude.
And this is the guy who's the world record jumper. He was the one who's doing backflips.
he jumps the highest.
So he didn't make it?
He didn't make it at all.
Is
Did
that
he
what?
not?
Hang on. I have another list here that shows the people. Yeah, he didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I mean,
gone.
that is kind of weird.
I mean, like of all the world records, I mean,
That's
it's
where Ryan draws the line.
it is impressive, but it's like I jump the highest.
I think that's a second or third or fourth date admission.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
cool.
you
wow,
save
also
that,
jumped-
and then
yeah.
you're like, check this out. And you jump over a car,
right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she's like, and Charity's like, oh,
I like you, and you have the world record jumper.
Yeah.
It's like not like that's the first thing you say.
but he came out with like his ace already just out in front of everybody. But yeah,
So
I
I
remember Doten. He was a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I
know
like
if
him. He's
right
really
for charity,
tall.
though.
he's
yeah,
very tall.
he's very tall. Oh, he would love to be the head of the CIA. See, I love this little. Loves his air fryer.
That's the thing. It's like there's some people where I was going through. I'm like, man, this guy's cool. You
Yeah.
know, I date him, but I don't know if they're right for charity.
Yes,
you know?
can we see Joey? I want to see Joey.
Joey.
Yeah, can we find Joey?
Which
please?
one
I
is
like-
Joey?
I don't know. I think.
Oh
Joey's
yeah,
cute.
Joey. Yeah, Joey.
Look at him. He's cute. He's got a like, beautiful
So, but
smile.
he was the one who had this weird like non-eye contact moment.
Did he?
I
When they
saw
were
that,
sitting
yeah.
together, and he just like she was sitting here, and he was
Oh,
sitting
yeah, I
there,
remember now.
and then he just sort of was like, and she was sitting here, and he was like, and then yeah, blah blah blah, and
It's
I was
weird
like,
you
what's
noticed that because I also kind of was like,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
it was hard to miss. It was fucking
Well,
weird.
they didn't really
Yeah.
talk about it though.
No,
but I
they
was just
didn't
kind of
talk about
like,
it at all.
look at
No,
her.
No, Joey. I like John too. Like John.
Oh yeah, this guy's dreamboat. This
he
guy's
is.
dreamboat.
He's tall. He's got like a perfect smile.
Who was the dude who was kind of what's the word? Like he was talking shit about a lot of the people. He was like, "Oh man, everyone just came in like monkeys, like trying."
Oh, that was Aaron S.
Aaron S.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Can we talk
firefighter.
about him a little bit?
This guy.
It was so that guy because it was so funny because he's sitting there talking shit about everyone, saying like, "God, everyone's just trying to impress her." You know, they're like
Yeah.
acting like
Bunch of
idiots.
apes.
And then it's like, and I think my date went really well. And then it cuts to his date, and they're sitting there with pressurized air canisters, knocking off little rubber
Rubber ducks.
duckies
Like,
on a table.
how
I'm like,
romantic.
what kind of a date? What are you? What,
It's
what
like
went
it's
through your head?
just
to make
rubber
that a
ducks.
date?
It's just 4 rubber
It
ducks.
looked really fun, and it did look like a fun date actually. But I'm sitting there like, what? Where did that? How did you come up with that?
Yeah.
I guess you're a firefighter. That
He's a
makes sense.
firefighter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a firefighter. Oh wait.
That cracked me up,
What
though.
that freaked me out. The monitor for a second. I don't need to go into it more.
Oh,
because,
oh.
like
Oh,
it looks
sorry.
like it's changing into a new man.
Do you see Aaron S. actually going the distance though?
No,
I don't either.
Aaron S. likes his froyo delivered and heavy on the toppings.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's gonna show up melted.
Stop telling people that, Aaron S.
Favorite holiday is anyone else's birthday? Oh my god, he loves your birthday, Ryan.
Okay,
That's
I
his
like him a
favorite
little
holiday.
more now.
That guy's only 2 years older than me.
All right. You talk me into it. I fuck him.
Okay, great. So there's Brayden, and then we got the wrestler Dotton. Trying to think of. There's a couple of like standout ones that
Sean
it's like,
definitely not gonna make
this
it.
This guy.
Sean's on the bottom row for sure. I kept seeing Caleb K. and
There's
I was
so
like-
many Calebs. You're right.
There's so many Calebs. But like it was during the rose ceremony and it cut to Caleb K and I was like, who's that? I
Yeah.
haven't seen him the whole time.
And now you have a nickname for him, Caleb K.
No, it's his
That's
initials.
his name.
Yeah,
but
well,
is
it is
he-
Caleb with a K
he
though.
still there?
Okay, that's extra confusing.
He is still there.
Yeah, Caleb K did make it.
Okay, he's still there. And then I want to talk about.
Well, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, Spencer. At some
Yes.
point, whenever you're ready, Lindsay.
Spencer
please.
from
Don't
my
let me get off-
hometown, Moore Park, California, who I looked into it more, graduated in 2008, so we went to high school together for 2 years.
Yeah. Did you know that Jacob went to high school with this? This
Yeah, he said
weirdo?
that the other day.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So for our people at home that didn't watch this show, Spencer was.
Do you
the
remember
last-
him?
Do you remember him at school?
I was Googling his name and stuff, and I'm sure like maybe over an intercom or something, but no, I don't remember him at all.
This was the weirdest contestant and pretty awkward guy, I guess. Would you
Yeah,
say?
he definitely is awkward.
Yeah. Single dad.
Single dad. He that was a big deal. And then, but then at the very, he was the last rose given at the very end. Yeah, fill me up too.
I need a refill.
Yeah, same here.
I just hear like curtains open. It's
Um,
not even empty.
and it was a big kind of reveal
Nice.
because you thought for sure this guy was going to get, canned. Do you think
No,
that?
my heart was warmed to him by the end. I was rooting for him.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's,
Look, I don't think that
that
he's
one's
like.
fine,
Look, he seems like a nice guy. I'm not. But do you think that? Do you really believe that Charity and him will end up together? Why
No.
did she
No.
pick him?
I don't.
No.
No, because for TV, because it's TV.
So that was my next question. Do you really think that
There's
these people are?
producers like who there's like they call them producer plans, but it's like people who just keep making it through because either the producer says this guy has to be on your list.
That is bullshit.
Yeah. But also it's like it's not like that she's like here's the thing is she goes, I don't know if I was picking myself, would it be Spencer or would it be Caleb K? Well, Caleb K made it through.
But
What's
wait,
the difference? Or is it going to be Nick the Barber?
Yeah.
And she goes, I don't really care about either of these. And the producer says, okay, well then Nick the Barber's not going through. They're not going to make her not pick a guy that she really likes.
She had a lot of roses.
Yeah.
Well, right, but just the very idea though that there's that kind of interference where it's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. They're like, oh no, you're going with this weird guy because it'll be better television. Is
That's television.
ruins the integrity of the game.
You're too invested.
I already,
You
yeah.
need to back away from this a little bit.
But I wanted to
It'd be
talk
like in Survivor if they're like, it'd be better if that team won. Let's have
I want
that
to
team
talk
win this
about
competition.
this guy too,
No,
Sean. 'cause
Sean, yeah,
a
he's in the wrong decade.
fucking goober. I don't know. Just what his look is. Also, I guess he used to work at Barstool Sports.
He looks like somebody that came
Wait.
right out of the 2000s.
Was he on Air Talent?
There's a picture of him. So I'm on the subreddit, and we're gonna take a look at the subreddit.
Uh-huh.
Bachelor Nation?
Yeah, I'm on this Bachelor subreddit. So I just wanted to see. Okay,
Sean from Barstool.
Sean likes to dip chocolate chip cookies in whole milk.
Yeah, okay. Who
Okay,
doesn't?
sure.
Sean. How many cars can you jump over?
Sean takes pride in his great head of hair, and he's just like a goofy
His hair's
goober guy.
kinda goofy though, yeah.
It's very I don't know.
How old
late
is
80s,
how old is
early
Charity?
90s. Charity, actually, yeah. How old is Charity? Oops, this is the wrong.
Because
tab.
Sean's one of the younger ones. Is he the youngest?
Sean
was
is
he was
the
a
younger
former
one.
intern on Barstool. His nickname
Yes.
was Hot Sean.
They had a nickname for their intern, Hot Sean.
Yes.
She's
What the
27.
Okay, so she's only a couple years older than Sean.
Yeah.
Bringing up their age, like that was the one funny part about this show is that like I remember when it came out, but my parents have watched every single episode of The Bachelor and Bachelorette since it started, which
Really?
is
Oh,
insane to
really?
me. Yes.
I didn't know
So now you
that.
can talk to them about this.
Yes, now I
too?
have something to relate to my parents.
They're
about.
gonna be so happy.
Yeah, I know. But I was sitting there going, like, I remember when they were starting watching it when I was young and being like, these are just all these weird grown-ups,
Yeah.
trying to do this love stuff, gross, And now here I am watching it now, and I'm like, these are children. like going out, I'm like, what? Oh, I'm way older than all these people. What the fuck?
I mean,
What happened?
I don't make the same comparison, but when I do see their age and what they do, I'm like, what was I doing when I was
Yeah, I was
27?
23.
I was here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the.
This guy's a CEO.
I've watched it for long enough, so it's like there was a couple years when I started watching it where I was like, oh, they're just all a couple years older than me, like so they're probably ready for that in their life. And then there was like the time where I was around the same age, and I mean I still am. There's people who are on the show who are up to like 40 sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Every so
And they're
often.
dating like 25-year-olds?
Well, it's like a range, so it's like
Yeah.
depending on like
Not
one
that
of the
there's anything wrong with that.
one of the bachelorettes in the last couple of years, she was 40, and like she had a range of guys who were like, I think the youngest was like 23.
Ooh, I bet he
they
was
had
so
a 40-year-old bachelorette.
Yeah, she was-
that'd be kind of interesting.
It was like there was like a whole marketing thing around it that was like, it's not too late for love, or like my
Wow.
second
All right.
chance. Or,
It's
like
not
That's
too
cool.
late. That's awesome.
I think she's 40. I have to look up how old
Good
she
for
was.
her.
I'm pretty sure she was 40. So I was just gonna look at the subreddit because there's some really fun stuff on here sometimes. Just like regarding, what people think. Also, there's a lot of old stuff, like stuff about other seasons, and it's
yeah.
like, no, let's just look for the stuff.
Yeah, I
from
took a
this season.
glimpse the other day. There's still tons of Gabby and Rachel stuff.
Yeah, you
I have a
can cut back
question.
to us. Yeah.
This is a small complaint. It's not a big one, but it's just like our Charity is cool and
Yeah.
well-rounded, nice person. I wish, but has there ever been a Bachelorette where it's just like just a shit show or something where it's just like you're like, who is this person ever going to end up with? I don't know.
Like the Bachelorette is just like some crazy
I just kind of
asshole.
wish that the Bachelorette
mean-
was a little less normal than this one. That's my only complaint.
Yes.
It's a small
well,
thing.
speaking of the 40-year-old, she was not everybody's favorite. So also her season aired right when the pandemic was starting. So, they filmed like the first episode March, and then it immediately went into lockdown. And then so they went to like this ranch in Palm Springs, and they all had these rooms. But because like they had to pause on production of her show, she had met all the guys or whatever, and then like could just look them up on social media. So like she like predetermined in her brain who she wanted to be with. And then
And she talked about
this,
that
like,
on the show.
theory, yeah, and like other people are
Like
saying
she
that
figured
this-
it out.
Yeah, it's like
early
from
or
internet
something.
sleuths and stuff. Is that
Interesting.
she, so then she acted kind of weird in the whole show, and I was like, what? Why does somebody,
How
okay.
odd. How
Okay.
peculiar.
So yes, that sometimes does happen. A lot of times there's the Bachelor who I go, this guy's a big fucking dull dud. Get him
Uh-huh.
out of here. Give me something interesting. Clayton was a big meathead,
Okay.
Clayton.
but
Good old Clayton.
so there's, not all of them I think I'm, fans of, but they're all normal in the sense that like none of them are super interesting.
It's somebody that all these jock guys are gonna want to marry.
I guess, but that kind of makes I guess it's
You gotta get to
fine.
know her more.
She's fine.
You gotta get
I
to know
like
her
her.
more.
I,
There's
know,
more
I already like her.
episodes.
She's great. Yeah, it's
and
just
because like they'll always pull, not always, but the way that they do it is they pull one of the people from the last season. So she was on
Yeah.
the last season trying to vie for the Bachelor's heart,
They have like a farm league, like in minor league baseball.
Yeah.
and then
It's the other show.
so
Yeah. You go from one league to the next.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
I always said, like, I get what you were saying, and I always would say, like, why is there no normal Bachelor show? Like, there's other dating shows, there's other reality shows where everybody's not just so gorgeous and like and like super fit.
Like, yeah.
But
I've had that
I'm
thought.
like, yeah, where's Fachelorette?
Fachelorette.
Yeah, I want to go on the Fachelorette.
I think we need. I was thinking this, like, I thought this last season too. Like, we need more dumpy guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
seeing all
all
these
the
dudes walk
guys
up,
are
they are
ripped.
so ripped and so tall. It's so comical. They're all standing in a room. I'm like, this looks like if I typed in like handsome man in a stock image library or
Yeah.
something, this is what would pop up.
They're convention bros. It makes me think. A lot of the guys make me think of like the bit that James and Patrick and Eric Batur are doing on
Yeah, the
Twitter,
steak
which is
night
the steak
thing.
night.
Mm-hmm.
They're all steak night guys. These are real
Oh, yeah.
life
Real
steak night
night guys.
Which is gonna be so funny when it starts getting spicy and it
Yes.
starts getting the drama's just coming. There's gonna be a lot of like, bro, you're so, bro, he's a snake.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot
he's
of that.
Snake. That guy's a snake. Another comment that I saw recently about the guys is like they take a lot of pleasure out of watching this show, and especially in like night one, because like all these guys who are used to being like the hot shit in their
Yeah.
town, they are it, right? All the ladies. It's like they're just in a room with a bunch of guys, and some of them are hotter than them. And they have to deal with like there's one woman,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, I think I would take some pleasure
Yeah.
in that.
But
too,
they're all trying to
like-
be like polite and stuff.
Yeah.
And be cool.
And like they're not all assholes or anything.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
nobody's
no.
saying that.
Well, it's funny
Um,
though that like, especially when it comes to when they're all making out and stuff, and it's like they can look at, they're like watching them basically.
that was so
And it's
weird.
Like, and yeah, it's just imagine just you're the 10th person this person's made out with that night, at 4 a.m. Like, oh, okay, thank you. I guess this was special. I've only been watching you make out with everyone in this room.
So like yeah, also not every bachelor or bachelorette will kiss so many guys.
Uh-huh.
Like more power.
Oh,
to
so this
them.
was out of the ordinary?
Not out of the ordinary. It's just it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe she'll kiss 2 guys. Sometimes he'll kiss 2 women, 3 women. Sometimes they kiss a lot because they're just feeling it. And they go, I'm just
Yeah.
going with the flow. I'm just going with feeling it. I could see it from both sides. Like I could see it being like, well, I don't want to kiss a bunch of guys. I just want to like see who I really vibe with, so I don't like go too far too fast with any of them. But then I could also see it from the perspective of like, fuck it, I'm hot shit. I'm gonna make out with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
This is my time.
This
Yeah.
is my
Let's
time,
go.
right?
That's what this show's for. Is there a
Feeling the chemistry immediately.
Yeah.
little production question? Is there a empty room nearby with a bed in it for if it's all right, 3 minutes into our 5-minute date, let's go.
You know what? I don't know if that's ever happened.
That make good TV, right?
It would be crazy, but I
That would be
but
fucking
here's the
insane.
First date of the night. It's like, all right, I've heard enough. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I think that
Oh
I
my
think that they all care too much about what the perception would be. So I don't
Yeah.
think it would ever happen.
But then the Bachelorette goes, no, you're going to, or else you're not getting the rose tonight.
No, I'm saying she like cares.
The Bachelorette just cons all these men.
That's a different issue.
yeah, I think there's some ethical issues
ethical.
with that.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, like, she cares about. She doesn't want people to be like, "Wow, this Bachelorette sucks" because she just went and slept with someone on the first night and it's ruined. Like, but what happens later?
She just wants to get off.
Just the format of the show, just so you're aware, is when it gets towards the very end. There's
they all start fucking together.
There's
a big orgy.
orgy
there's
style.
a series of dates called the Fantasy Suite dates.
Fantasy
Okay.
suite.
So when it gets down to, I think 3 contestants is that's the norm. Then she takes them on special dates, and then
Special dates.
and then at the end of the date, they have the option to like use a special key to stay in like some sort of romance suite.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And then no cameras and like nothing. And then
No cameras.
no cameras.
Boo.
No, but it's great because oh man, sometimes some of the guys aren't okay with it.
Aren't okay with
Like knowing that she slept with another guy.
Yeah,
Or something.
because also it's assumed that that's what you're going to use it for, right?
Yeah.
But each contestant goes, I don't know what's going to happen. It'll just be nice to have this time away from cameras so we can talk. And I'm like, boink.
Yeah, they're having the
Boink.
craziest. Just like 2 of like the hottest people on earth. They're just
Yeah.
having the craziest sex right now.
My
Just the craziest conversation.
Yeah.
I was
Talking
telling
about
you
family.
about this yesterday. Boston Rob from Survivor, he was talking about the difference, because he famously ended up with another Survivor contestant.
Oh,
And they
right.
have 4 children.
Wow.
And he was like, in his opinion, that the success rate for Survivor contestants was probably high. I don't know. There's probably data on this, but like because higher than the Bachelor or Bachelorette contestants because you go like when you're on the show, The Bachelor or Bachelorette, you're in the fantasy suite. It's like you can only go down from there basically. Whereas on Survivor, you have nothing and you're just starving on a beach together. And then it's once you get back into civilization and you're like, oh wow, we can go on a date or do this stuff. It's only going up from there.
Yeah, meet my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But on The Bachelorette, it's like pretty much not even like 5 episodes in, they're like, everybody pack your bags because we're going to the most romantic city in the world. We're going to Paris. And it's
Cleveland, Ohio.
And it's always great because like
there have been some where like they went to like Canada and the girls are like, Canada?
Yeah. Later in the season, like the final episode, a lot of the time we'll kind of have like some basically post-show interviews and stuff. Like they'll be on like a stage and stuff and be doing all these interviews. Like it's after the show.
It's called After
They did
the
that on
Final
Survivor.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be like, all right, the show ended. They decided to get married, and then they're doing this interview. It's like, oh, he cheated on me. We've been apart for
It's over.
for a
It's
few
been over
months
for a while now. You're like so invested in the show, and then like the second you see them, like,
and it ends amazingly.
how's he going
and then
now?
They've already broken up.
Like, no, we hate each other.
Yeah.
That person sucks.
So I think we can take a look at the wiki because I want to talk about to what you're saying, some of the couples who are not together or some of the couples who are together. So I could just get an idea. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors of the lovely Bustin' for Bachelorette episode.
Go drink some rosé.
Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. It's getting to the point of year where I pretty much need to put on sunglasses every time I step outside. But luckily, our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair I've ever worn. I love my Shady Rays. I have the little aviator ones that have like the tangle-free thing. It's awesome because like especially when I wear my hair up like this, stick them on my head, no tangles. Love them. If you lose or break your sunglasses, even on day one, they'll send you a brand new pair with no questions asked. And if you don't love your Shady Rays, you can always exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. Every purchase supports the Shady Rays Impact Program, which works directly with nonprofits and their communities to empower and make adventure accessible for all walks of life. There's really no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code FHPOD for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Today's episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Ever heard of data brokers? They're the middlemen collecting and selling all those digital footprints you leave online. They can stitch together detailed profiles, which include your browsing history, online searches, and location data. They then sell your profile off to a company who delivers you a targeted ad. No biggie, right? Well, you might be surprised to learn that these same data brokers are also selling your information to the Department of Homeland Security and the IRS. Now, I, for one, don't want the tax man showing up at my door just because of some search I did on my phone. So to mask my digital footprints, I protect myself with ExpressVPN. One of the easiest ways for brokers to aggregate data and tie it back to you is through your device's unique IP address, which also reveals information about your location. When you're connected to ExpressVPN, your IP address is hidden, and that makes it much more difficult for data brokers to identify who you are. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of network traffic to keep your data safe from hackers on public Wi-Fi. That's why I have the ExpressVPN app downloaded on all my devices, phone, computer, even the home Wi-Fi router. All I do is tap on one button to turn it on, and I'm protected. It's that easy. So make sure your online activity and data is protected with the best VPN money can buy. Visit expressvpn.com/funhouse right now and get 3 extra months free through our special link. That's expressvpn.com/funhouse. expressvpn.com/funhouse to learn more. Welcome back to the Bustin' for Bachelorette. I want to show you this picture real quick.
Oh, yes, please do. Oh my God, I relate to this so much. I saw that.
You're a big Cinderella fan?
There's like a shot of like just one shoe.
Yeah, and like the preview of like later this season on The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And then there was a lone a lone stiletto.
Somebody wrote, "This lone stiletto has me on the edge of my
just
seat."
like sat there. Somebody was off in such a rush that their stiletto came off and they left in tears.
Like, this
I want to
isn't
know
even
what
right.
happened.
I don't know. I mean, I just love how over the top and like dramatic that this show can get. It's really funny.
Oh, I'm so excited.
What could possibly have led to that, to her freaking out like that?
Bad date
You never
or
know,
something.
dude. Sometimes they'll show the footage of like, women hyperventilating in the bathroom and you go, what's happening? And it's like somebody came out and said, there's no date tonight. Like it's something like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like who knows? Sometimes it's like, more intense, but sometimes it's just,
Like I am just
not.
itching for some drama. Start popping up. I want to see these guys start clashing. I want to
mean-
see some hearts break.
Yeah, it'll come about pretty quickly. Here's the other thing too is like, yeah, when they're outside and like she's sitting with somebody one-on-one and then like a bunch of other guys are outside like you said earlier where they're just watching her. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, go inside. What
Yeah.
are you doing? That's
Get outta
bad for you.
Yeah.
Mentally?
Yes.
Yeah.
To watch the girl like cuz nobody's forcing them to sit out there and now it's your turn to watch her make out with some guy.
Yeah.
Just
So go to the
inside.
bar with the poorly disguised brother.
Well, hey, look, these
we
people
haven't even
are
talked about that.
these people are at war, okay? As Sun Tzu says in
They're
the art of war,
they're
yeah, it's like you have
Okay.
to know your opponent
Yeah.
and their weaknesses, and strengths before you can truly defeat them and know how to. So that's what they're doing,
That's
okay?
what-
They don't
what they're
want to be
doing.
there watching them make out, but they're like, this is the battlefield,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You cannot turn away from the violence.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about her brother who came and
Spied on her
disguised himself as a bartender, which
in the worst disguise humanly possible.
Yeah, like I saw that wig and that mustache. I'm like, that's like what we use.
Yeah, and people
I know.
called it out
Yeah.
immediately, like that's a fake mustache, right?
Oh my god, that made me nervous when I think it was Khaled was like, "Is that a fake mustache? I feel like I recognize you." And I was like, "Oh my god, that
I
disguise
know.
is so bad."
He looked worse than Lou.
yeah, I'm like, yeah. Hey, what do you mean? That's Lou's real mustache. There was like a meme on the Reddit that was like a picture just like of a $5 bill, and it was like the budget for Charity's brother's costume, and it's like, yeah, okay.
You looked ridiculous.
He did look ridiculous, and he was spying, and I'm like, yeah, man. I mean,
You're like-
nobody said. Also, yeah, this guy Braden, the guy who got the first impression
Oh my
rose.
god.
The issue was that he went back to the bar after his little 5-minute date, and he was like gushing and gushing because they made out.
Yeah,
a
he was
little
so
bit.
excited.
He was so excited. He was being goobery.
Yeah.
I could get how, like, if you were one of the other guys, you'd be like, God, this guy won't fucking shut up about the girl that I'm trying to get
Yeah.
with, too.
It didn't strike me as anything more than just excitement.
Yeah.
No,
I would say that, too.
I kind of thought it was endearing in a weird way.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, all right, he clearly is kind of overexcited, but it's like, look, he's just pumped about.
And so
But
I'm
the date,
wondering
yeah.
if the brother, kind of let her know that he was being a little bit extra,
Yeah.
but they probably cut out stuff maybe where there was more conversation where she was like, no, but I really like him. And he was like, oh, actually, he wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
Like, I think maybe that
probably.
stuff might have got cut out.
They just left in the parts where he's like, he's
because
arrogant.
Ryan, case in point, you said that you were like, what? When she gave him the rose.
Yeah, no, they
Because
suckered
they
me
were
in.
building
Oh, they
it to
tricked
be
you.
like-
They
tricked you.
100% tricked me
got you.
from an editing
Because all the
standpoint.
other guys were Braden wouldn't shut up. He was talking, like.
Oh.
I'm sitting there waiting
Oh my
for her
God.
to tell him off and say, sorry, you got to get out of here. My brother
Yeah.
doesn't like you.
But
and then
it-
she's like, no, my brother doesn't like you. I like you more now.
Yeah.
It's basically what happened.
But like
Yeah.
it was so great when the reveal happens. He takes off his terrible mustache and wig, and then Braden's sweating. Braden's like,
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Like everyone's just going through their mind, like, what did I say in front of this motherfucker?
yeah, and everybody's like goofing around and stuff, and he's just like, hi.
I know. And I like the preview because of the future episodes, you can see all his different little earring styles.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's a fashion icon, Braden. But yeah. So what did you think about the host?
Jesse Palmer.
I actively think he's kind of sucks. He's just kind of like I think you called him a goober earlier. That's a perfect word
got
for
big
him.
goober
Big
energy.
goober energy. Yeah, I would not have fun hanging out with him. I don't think. Not that he's a bad guy or anything, but it's just kind of like
Seems like a perfectly nice guy.
fine, nice
Yeah.
person, but it just seems like 2 or 3 brain cells to rub together.
He's just there to smile.
Yeah, he's
and
just there
talk
to be
the
there.
contestants.
Finish the bottle.
Bottle finished.
He's just there to be there and have no opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the replacement for the former host.
Uh-huh. I think I remember hearing about that.
Harrison, who he got himself into hot water for having some I think bad takes.
Oopsie.
And I'm sure there's a lot more like nuances to it and stuff. I'm not super familiar. I just remember hearing about it all because I just watch the show and read the subreddit, which would actually make you think that I should be more knowledgeable on that. But so he has been doing it for 2 or so years, and honestly, it's like he's just inconsequential. And that's fine.
You really don't need for shows like this. Who cares about the host at the end of the day? It would be nice if they were a little more charismatic and into it, but at the end of the day, they're window dressing just to get us from one transition to the next.
Yeah, and so but one of the I think purposes that you could say the host could serve as being the confidant and the guidance counselor for
basically.
the Bachelorette, which I think the other guy had done a little bit more of.
Yeah, I would not trust this guy with anything.
But and so he's a former contestant.
Oh, really?
And he was a football player for.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. Which team?
Well,
Maybe
reserve some
I do like this
opinions
guy.
so we know what
Hold
team he's on.
Yeah, what position was he?
New
You're
York Giants
New York Giants. He went pro.
and the Florida Gators before that for college.
Okay, maybe he is cooler than I thought. All right. Well, I'll give him another chance.
Yeah, you've
I'll give
only
him another
watched
chance.
one episode.
I've only watched
You
one
gotta give him
episode.
some time.
He's goobery, but he's inconsequential. He's
Yeah,
fine.
well,
and
seems like a nice guy.
I now I feel bad calling him goobery because
It
he
was
clearly
fucked up.
probably has CTE or something. Sorry about
Look
that,
at him.
Jesse.
Look at his face. Perfectly trustworthy.
Sorry
face.
about that. Yeah, this is him. We're looking at Jesse Palmer.
Yeah. I mean, that guy clearly has
him.
been hit in the head multiple,
Rick.
countless times.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay. That makes sense. Well,
so-
you real quick, while
Yeah.
you were looking for that, I texted my mom
Oh, okay.
because one of our second cousin is best friends from high school with a bachelor that you might know, Ben Flajnik.
Yeah,
What?
that's so funny because I thought about him recently because they said that Joey looks like him. He was,
Okay. Do people like him or not like him?
Oh, Joey looks like.
I think he was
This
more.
guy,
He was
this
another
band?
goober guy.
People didn't. He was a goober. Hey, look,
was
I've
a
never met
goober
this
guy.
guy. It's just a friend of my second cousin. So, but
Well, I got to see how many degrees of separation I have with Spencer.
you
Yeah,
have
maybe
won.
had
You
class
went. You
together,
graduated
don't even
with him.
remember.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he was 2 years ahead of me. I think he played football.
So, real quick, we can look at this, which is just a sort of. I mean, maybe we don't need to show it on screen because it's kind of ugly. But if you
Well,
guys want to look at it,
I do want to see this. I'm very
So
curious
there's
about the data. The data of still together.
so
Yeah.
what we're talking about right now is we're looking at the Wikipedia page that shows this is just for the Bachelorette. So this is not the Bachelor.
That's fine.
This
Yeah.
is for every Bachelorette. Was their proposal, and then are they still together? So the very first Bachelorette is still with the first.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good
But
for them.
there's a lot of no's in red
Well,
here.
let's see how much.
Ooh,
So-
a
let's see
double
what the
though.
number-
That's bad.
So this one, there was not even a proposal. Ooh, scandalous.
That'd be funny if it was
She
like.
rejected his proposal. Oh, that's also.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff I don't remember. I can tell you the first season that I started watching, and it's this one, Ali Fedosky.
That must have been a good
Bedotowski.
season.
Number
So
6?
This was 2010. Yeah, that's the first season that I
Okay.
watched. And then
When I graduated.
wait,
So many
runner up. So it
no's.
shows you. So this is the guy that you were just saying, because then he was the next Bachelor after this.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh wow. Look at that.
Flajnik.
So these ones, and sometimes they're together for a long time and then they separate. So these
they have
ones were
2
together for
children
10 years.
together?
Yeah, a lot of people who got
Apparently
married
so.
and were together for a while too. So
Jesus.
this couple
Like a-
was together for 10 years or something.
Yeah, they divorced only 2 years ago.
So look, see, no. Oh, we got a yes. They're still together.
Double yes.
No, no.
Okay, so we have 2 yeses in 10 years. Okay. then
we got 2
2
more.
more back
Okay.
to back. That's nice.
That's good
It's
stuff.
4 total.
They're together. Rachel, Lindsey, and Brian. No, because this guy was
Oh
a
my
MAGA
God.
guy.
This is so funny.
Oh really?
actually.
Garrett Urigoyen was a
No, because this guy was a loser.
boo. Jed.
This guy was. Oh, I loved him though.
Tyler Cameron.
Oh, so this is she was 40, I think, and she picked the guy, and they're not together, obviously. Oh, she picked Zach Clark. Yeah, they're not
This
together
is so
anymore.
sad.
I know. Look at all that
Look
red.
at all those no's.
Oh
No,
man.
they're not together anymore. Oh, Michelle's not with Nate anymore. They're
No,
not together
Michelle.
anymore. Gabby and Rachel. Oh my God,
Oh my
Gabby and
God.
Rachel.
Yeah, I looked at this
Has there really
recently,
been so no one in how many seasons? Go back up to the 13th season.
So 2017.
Okay, well that was only 6
I was
years
so
ago.
invested with Gabby and Rachel. And it was my first time. Like, I'm where Ryan is now. I was getting tricked by everything that was happening in the show. Every edit, I was
sucker.
bought in. And then when I saw how it all went, I was like, no.
Yeah.
4 people still together in 25
Out of the Bachelorette.
seasons of this show.
Now,
I mean, that is such those are terrible numbers.
If you'd like to, we can skim through the Bachelor list.
Just pull it up.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
get
see
it.
it. We gotta
I'm
see
just
it.
saying, it's like it's so funny how they're like, this is it's almost like the lottery or something where you're like, where you've tricked yourself into going, yeah, no one else. This has not worked for anyone else, but it's going to work for me on this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the time where it
Well,
works.
because sometimes it does work, and like there's also
Yeah, sometimes 4 times in 25
there's
seasons.
also
That's
you
bad.
know
That's
they
a couple
also
months of the best
say
sex of your life.
here's the thing is they also go I know it works like to fall in love because you can fall in love and people do. But then obviously it doesn't work out
Mhm.
Yeah.
long term. So if that's what it's worth to them, then maybe that's what it's worth to them.
Wait, I didn't follow that. Say that again.
Like they would still fall in love and have a relationship for a while, but then maybe it doesn't work out after that. And
Okay, so you're saying
sometimes-
that
sometimes they're saying that that's worth it for them,
that them falling in love for a month or two is
or 10 years. You know, some of them are
none
10
of-
10 years, and
10
then
years?
Is that worth it? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on.
I guess life's messy.
Sounds
I
like
get
you
it.
got to get on the show and find out.
No, I will never be on these shows.
So like, okay, so also with the Bachelor, it's like they're the ones who have to choose to propose. So sometimes it's like,
'cause only the
Wait,
man
really?
should do that.
here's like,
Oh, I guess
we're
that makes
just in a
sense.
relationship, or I'm just giving you a promise ring. So some of these are.
Promise ring.
Yeah.
What are we here?
This is middle
So
school.
these are the first 1, 2, 3,
This-
4,
this is still
5,
together?
6,
Oh my God.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No,
13.
why would anyone
14,
go on
15,
these shows? They don't fucking
There's
work.
one.
Okay, this is a great couple. Love them.
Wow, one person in the 17th season of this show are still together.
There was a couple that ended up they showed up on Bachelor in Paradise and they'd been together for a long time.
Oh yeah, Matt James and Rachel, but they entered
Okay,
into
so
hot
the
water.
25th season was the second people to still be together.
So that was
That was in 2021.
So that was a
2
no
years
on
ago.
the proposal, but then they got together after. Is that what happened there?
Yeah, there was like a whole big
Wow.
yeah.
So
thing
theirs
here.
are even worse data or worse numbers. They have 3 in how many seasons? 30?
Uh-oh.
27 seasons. 3 in 27 or 4 in 25. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the Bachelorette.
Yeah, and this
God
one at the
damn.
bottom, that's just for now.
Yeah,
that was a recent one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they are going to break
They're
up
engaged.
more than likely. Yeah,
Yeah, they got
you don't-
married a couple weeks
you
ago.
don't even count that one.
So yeah, but you know what? Like
No,
I
what?
said,
Explain it to me.
it's not. I watch it because it's really funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
You
It's
know
a funny
Well,
show.
it's funny how the whole premise of the show is these people are going to find lifelong love, and that never
No.
happens.
Never do they say lifelong love.
Yeah.
They say looking for my person, looking for love.
Your person usually implies, or love, looking for love usually implies, oh, my forever person. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
these people are like in their 30s. Like, they don't got a lot of time left.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
What are you saying,
drink that
Jacob?
wine.
What the fuck?
So I mean, I think it's great that you're watching it. I think it's going to be really fun to occasionally talk about it on this podcast.
We're busting for it.
We're busted for Bachelorette. I'm looking forward to some of the because like we're just getting started. It gets stupider. It gets
It's
stupider.
gonna get so good.
Well, we can't end, though, without, we got to pick our horses.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay,
That's
so-
true. We do got to
Now,
pick.
I understand that we
can
might
go
all
back
probably have
to
some of the
here.
same. Here, everyone pick, maybe just to make this easier, like, let's all get one unique horse
Okay.
that we each have a different one, and then we can maybe roll for the others, make it random.
Okay. Because I know my number one. I'm gonna
Who's
pick.
your number one?
Who's your number
My
one?
number one is John.
That was gonna
Really?
be my
This
number
John.
one.
Data science. That was your number one.
That was gonna be my number
Fuck.
one.
Okay, I gotta look
Sorry,
at
I
these people
picked
again.
first.
It's
So.
okay.
I'll look at
I'll
the
pick a
Yeah,
different
here
one.
I
I'll
can
pick a
zoom out a
different
little
one.
bit. You can.
Okay.
I don't think any of the duplicate names are gonna make it.
no Caleb's.
No
She'll
Caleb's.
just be too
No
confused.
Aaron's.
Who were some of the other people that she like bonded with a lot?
I don't really.
All of these people's faces meld together into one human being.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're all like so fucking handsome.
I know.
Well, there's the wrestler.
The wrestler's out.
Yeah, Kayla.
Brayden, that's the first impression, Rose.
I don't think
Yeah,
Braden's gonna
Bray-
make it.
I don't think he'll
he's
make
gonna have,
the-
He's gonna
the
have a strong
distance.
early run.
You think
and then
so?
peter out. I think there's gonna be a little bit of drama with Braden.
God, I wish I remember these
He's
people more.
painted a target on his back, and these fellas are gonna come for him
That's
like
a good
sharks
pick,
to
too.
chum.
That's a
Joey.
good pick.
Yeah, I might go. Oh, the tennis pro from
Hawaii. He lives in Hawaii.
He lives in Hawaii, but he's from Philadelphia.
And he's the
Philly,
one
yeah.
who had the trouble with the eye contact, but still.
I like
Also,
him.
wait.
But he's
which
gorgeous.
Guy? Which guy was the guy who, like, his mom wrote a whole letter?
Oh, that was hilarious. That
Who
was
was
so
that?
good. My mom.
That was one of the white guys.
Yeah, I know it was one of the white guys. I don't know which one.
I
This
don't
is
know.
like- this
They
is
look
like-
so similar.
It's
from
like
this far
Guess
away.
Who?
Gosh, I know.
One of the white guys.
And who was the guy who got the plane ticket? Because he was super awkward.
Dude, he's the one from Tennessee, and he let me down. The one guy from Tennessee, I'm like, all right, Tennessee guy. And then he goes,
was
my
play-
parents,
RPM.
they fell in love on an airplane.
So, okay, this,
So here's
Wait,
an
is that
airplane
Warwick?
ticket.
Is that work?
is that
From
Warwick?
Is he from Nashville? Yes, Warwick. Warwick goes, here's an airplane ticket. It's one way to Ohio because my parents fell in love on an airplane.
Wait, I want to
Vote
see.
for me.
So he didn't make it?
Did he not make it?
Did Warwick not make it?
You said he disappointed you, so.
Well, he disappointed me in the sense that that was very stupid. And he used he used part of his 5 minutes to.
Yeah. It wasn't as cool as the guy who came up with a diving helmet on.
Yeah, that was pretty
But yeah,
awesome.
work is still there.
And she
He's
was
still
like,
there.
What is
Thank
that?
Christ.
I love my favorite thing is
There's-
that meeting moment. I'm a commercial diver.
Yeah, after he takes off his weird ass helmet.
Doughton.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Doughton's cool, but he's not gonna make it.
You don't think he's gonna make
I
it?
don't know. I think he has a chance. They haven't. Sometimes something blooms a couple
Something
episodes.
moves. He seems like
I
a
hate
nice
to say
guy.
this, but he's seems like a really nice, cool guy. But I don't think he's got the looks for Charity. Or she's gonna be mean. I'm not being
Doughton?
mean.
I
She's,
think
she's gonna be
He's
mean.
fucking
I
gorgeous.
think he's very handsome.
Is he?
He's tall
Yeah.
and just so handsome.
Yeah, he's
I don't
very
know.
handsome.
Maybe
who do you think is the most handsome on
yeah,
here?
who does Ryan Haley
He's
think
got
is
to
the
look.
most
You know,
handsome?
as a person with a huge nose, I can spot a giant schnoz a million.
I don't know
miles
why
away.
I think Joey's real cute. I don't think he's gonna make it.
Who,
but I think-
Joey or
yeah,
Dodo? Or
Joey.
Dodo? Oh well,
Joey's-
Joey
yeah.
I think is a better pick for sure. Is that your pick? I might
I
pick
don't
Joey
know.
as my horse.
You better one of you better claim him if
Uh,
you.
it-
I do. I picked Joey.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Good. That's what I wanted you to pick. He's never gonna make it.
But he's not very tall though. The
Yeah.
other ones are way taller.
That's
than
true.
him.
That is your.
He's
yeah.
only 6 foot.
So
The other
I'm
ones are
sorry.
6'7".
Who did you say you had?
John.
You had John.
Yeah,
John's such a good pick.
I think
Okay.
he's very handsome.
John's a good pick. Joey's a good pick, honestly. And I think that this is my pick. I think I'm going to go Aaron B.
Aaron B. That's a good pick too.
It is a good pick, but I also think I'm getting suckered because they're making it look like he's a good pick in the first episode. And are they really going to carry
There's no
that?
way of knowing.
Are they really
It
going
could
to
all
carry that
change.
all the way to the fucking end? I don't know. I think I'm being edited. I'm getting beat at my own game of editing.
I think
But-
Well-
and then Braden, he's got his first rose, but his target on his back, his days are numbered.
Okay,
Days
so
of
we all
November.
have our one picks. Now we're going to do it random style just for some extra control.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna get my Munchkin app up here, where that we have
What?
well, my Munchkin level counter has has some dice, some digital dice. Okay,
Yeah, I don't think any Caleb's, any Aarons are gonna make it.
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. I don't
Sean,
remember
I don't
seeing-
think Sean's going anywhere.
Like he'll be around for a couple seasons,
Yeah.
or a couple episodes, and so that way he'll be on the Bachelorette
But he'll
in
do-
Paradise later.
Yeah, you can look at these guys and see their faces and their hairdos and be like, that's a guy who's gonna be on the beach soon.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah,
Wow.
100%. Like
yes.
during last season's Bachelorette, I was looking at these guys like, this guy looks like he's gonna be splashing around in Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, he's gonna be on that beach.
You could tell.
Talking to the
'Cause they're-
women.
They're like a little bit weird. They've
Okay.
got weird hair, but they're super buff.
Yeah.
Like Caleb. Like Caleb's got the long hair, got the cowboy hat. He's goofy. He's
Oh,
gonna end
that
up on
guy's
Bachelor in
that
Paradise.
guy's going to the beach.
Yeah.
That guy's going to the beach.
Yeah. Backflip guy, maybe he'll go to the beach too.
Caleb A. Now he's handsome too.
Yeah, Caleb. Oh man, maybe I'll redact my thing about the duplicate names.
Pet salamander.
Oh, now that's husband material.
Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay.
Okay, so here you go. I'm gonna now. We are now going to roll a dice. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
on your number, you're gonna get that number, and then we're gonna get like 3 apiece from the number. Okay.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. So Lindsay, this is your number.
Okay.
Your number is 1.
So what does that mean?
So that means you're gonna have Aaron S as your second pick.
Oh shit.
Okay.
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 I gotta write these down.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Everyone write these down.
So
Here's my number. I got 5. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy Chris here is my second pick.
So that's your second pick.
That's my
Okay, so
second
you got
pick.
your first pick and your second pick is
Yeah.
randomly generated.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna go. Here's your second pick, Jacob. 2 from that guy. So you have James,
I have
the
James.
attorney.
Where's James? Show me James.
He's from
This guy.
Chicago.
Oh, I got James.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
texted James's picture to a friend of mine in Chicago who's an attorney. I was like, "Do you know this guy?"
Is he
said
maybe
no.
is he the one who his mom?
That's not a real guy.
That's an AI guy.
It looks like an AI
Is he the one
guy.
who his mom wrote the letter? Maybe.
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do one more round of randomly generated.
This is our number 3.
This is your number 3, Lindsay. Your number
Okay.
3
Oh, no,
is
please don't be
4
Joe.
from James.
So 4 from 1, 2, 3, 4.
John
Wait.
Henry.
Also, wait. We need to make sure that these guys who we're picking are still there.
That's true.
That's very true.
I didn't even. So.
God damn it! Is Chris around?
I know we
He
need to,
is
I need
there
to watch
still.
the finale again, or the end of the show again. It's
So-
crazy because like I'll watch like TV
1,
shows that I
2,
like.
3, 4. So
John
also,
Henry.
does that include like counting?
Well, this is a loose process. Sure, we're gonna just skip over those people, but maybe, I don't know. Whatever. John
Okay.
Henry's your next guy.
All right.
All right, then me is the next guy, Josh.
You
got-
got Josh.
you got number
Is-
1?
Is he still around? Yeah, I got 1.
Is Josh still around? Josh, I think, is still around.
Wow.
All right, and Chris is still around, right?
Yeah. What about
Chris
James?
Spell?
Yeah.
No, Chris Spell's gone.
What
Okay,
about-
well then I need to get a new one
Nobody
from Chris.
picked him though.
No, I thought I did. I thought that guy was mine.
Oh, then you should get a different one
Yeah.
if that was it.
I need
Well-
to know James too. Is James still there?
Whatever. I'll just go with my next number generated from. Go down. You're seeing in real time us create this Bachelorette roulette game.
James is still there, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
I've
so
got
3
James.
people from Josh is that guy. What's his name?
Michael, is he still there?
I don't remember that guy.
Michael is still there.
Okay, those are my guys.
Okay. What's my third one?
Your third one is the next guy from Michael, Nick,
Let's
Nick?
see.
without a K.
Ooh, Nick's pretty hot.
Nick is gone.
Oh,
Damn it.
okay, one guy after that, then Peter.
Peter.
Oh.
Peter's gone.
Peter's gone.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Sean!
Oh, hot
No, I don't
son!
want
The intern.
He's got Sean the intern.
I got a hot Sean.
I think that's pretty good. I like Hot Sean. I wish I
Hot
could.
Sean's gonna end up on
he'd be on my
Bachelor in
team.
Paradise with the other rejects.
All right.
So hold on. I kind of sorry to go back. Who the fuck were my people?
So
write them
you
down?
had-
I should have written them down.
Yeah, you should have written him down. Who was your first pick?
Well, my
You
first pick
said
that I
Aaron
picked was
B.
Aaron B.
And then you got
You should just get Spencer. Just give
I
Ryan
do
Spencer.
not want
Give Ryan
Spencer.
Spencer. You know, he's from my hometown. We're buds.
and then you have Josh. Was that the other one?
We'll be able to rewatch the clip from this podcast at least.
I know.
So it's there.
And then one of y'all had Mike, or no, Michael's gone and Nick's gone.
Yeah.
Or no, Michael is there.
Yeah, I
One
think
of
I
you
had
guys
Josh. I think I had Josh.
And Jacob
then
has
I had
Michael.
one other person in the middle there, but I forget who
Who
it
the
is.
fuck did I have? I have Joey, James, and Sean.
Okay. All right, y'all.
James
Well,
and
good.
Sean.
Then we will be keeping up with Bachelorette Roulette every time we
Tanner.
do
Who
Bustin'
the
for
fuck is
Bachelor.
Tanner?
I don't know. Thanks for watching Bachelorette, you guys, and
Oh,
I'm
of
excited for this
course.
journey. And I do think we'll have to have a watch party at some point in the next couple months.
should.
Oh
do
yeah,
that. We
absolutely.
should do
I
that.
love how we've turned this podcast into just
Reality
shitty
TV
reality TV. The podcast.
That's what.
here
Guess
on
what?
Funhouse.
This is what we do. Nobody
I
wanted to do
guess
this
that's what we do now.
podcast, and so we do what we want.
I used to only be on podcasts because I wanted to talk about like a video game or
Uh-huh.
Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
And now look at me.
Yeah, now
I'm
Yeah.
fucking just the reality TV accessory.
Yeah, you are.
Shit reality.
Thank you for being here with us. David.
Thanks for
Anytime.
watching, everybody. Make sure to tune in next week. We'll be back with another episode of the Funhouse Podcast. And if you're in RTX this weekend,
Come say what's
see
up.
us.
Come say
That's
Say
hi.
hi.
right.
And love you, appreciate you. Watch The Bachelor if you want to be trash with us.
Keep up with us.
Come on, Aaron B. Don't let me down.